Hey, John Kavakis here with a new edition of My Take, and today I'm going to talk to you about Stamp's really sensational 1970 Oldsmobile Toronado. Now, to understand where this car came from, we got to go all the way back to 1958 when Ford introduces the Thunderbird. They really kind of shook things up because it was a four-seater. Prior to that, it had been a two-door, two-seater. Kind of went against everything that Thunderbird stood for, but really was true to what Thunderbird was supposed to be, which was a boulevard cruiser. So that four-seater. And a new formula for a smaller car. It was a more compact size, but it had a big engine and it had high content. And Ford unknowingly introduced the personal luxury car, a whole new segment, and they had it all in themselves for a few years. Now, Buick got into the act in 1963 with their Riviera, and oddly enough, that was a design that had been turned down by Cadillac. It was supposed to be, a Bill Mitchell design, supposed to be designed for the LaSalle 2. Cadillac just nixed the whole thing, didn't think it was really in their image, and Buick scooped it up, and all of a sudden, a legend was born. So Oldsmobile didn't get into the game until 1966 with their brand new Toronado. Now, this was on the E-body platform as well, but Oldsmobile had theirs with front-wheel drive. Now, the Riviera was a new design for 66. The Oldsmobile kind of carried on after it, but it was innovative enough that it was sensational. A guy named David North designed the car. He had originally envisioned it being on GM's A platform, a smaller platform, but the bean counters at General Motors got involved and they said, well, for purposes of economy and making it affordable to make, we're putting it on the E-body platform. So the car was bigger than North had envisioned, but it turned out to be a big plus because this thing was a bold style, accentuated the front wheel drive. The wheels even looked a little bit different on it, and Oldsmobile had that flat front floor that they touted so much, and there was so much room in the car and everything. The car was absolutely sensational. Now, by 1970, the design had softened a little bit. Some of the harder edges had been taken off, and some people think 1970 was probably the best year for that generation of Toronado, and Stamp has produced the 1970 version for us. Now, they've made it in 4 colors. Listen to me closely. Because there are 2 colors available from the factory. I've got all the colors here, but the colors from the factory are Cinnamon Bronze and Regency Rose. And then there are 2 exclusive colors for Toy Car Geek. And those colors are Aegean Aqua and Ming Jade. Now, Toy Car Geek is also offering a wheel option on the factory colors. You can get the chrome wheels that are on the Aqua and the Jade on the factory side. All the details are on Toy Car Geek's website, and I'll give you the address so you can take a look at that. But we've got the cars right here. I've got all 4 colors, and I want to get them on the turntable and take a look at them. I think you're going to like them as much as I do. So the first thing we should see is the fidelity. I mean, they got the lines perfect. I'll talk more about that in just a little bit. But again, we have the finish. They've got this new varnish, they're calling it, polishing process that really brings out the luster in the paint. You go around the front of the car, the details on the grille, the lensing, everything involved with the front end, those sharp edges in the front, and the parking lights on either side of the grille, perfectly done. And it's the same case around the back of the car. The lines are pretty simple, but they're hard to get. Now, I should mention that those exhaust trumpets are part of a special trim package called the GT package for 1970. And this blue and white is just a stunning color combo. Everything just pops on the model. All in all, I think Stamp's done a really good job of capturing the lines of the car. It's a lot more complicated than it looks. The designers did a great job on it, and they have faithfully reproduced every line. In particular, let me show you one thing here. This line that goes from the top of the roof, the C-pillar, all the way back to the rear fender, several other manufacturers, 2 that I know of, have tried to reproduce this generation Toronado, and it seems to be a sticking point. That line is hard to get. Stamp has nailed it. And take a look at the dash. This level of detail, the steering wheel, the door panel, in particular the dash, which would have been extremely difficult to get. They just got this really well done, really well replicated. The Ming Jade is equally stunning, just a beautiful finish. Darker interior on this one, harder to see some of the details, but very accurately replicated. Let's talk about these wheels for just a second. Now, these are the wheels that are on the Toy Car Geeks 2 exclusive colors. And they're as you can see, they're very accurately, very beautifully replicated, very nicely plated. These are the wheels that come with the two factory colors. They're the standard wheel cover. You can see they're very well replicated as two. These are the only wheel covers you can get on the factory issues. And here's something new in 143rd. Toy Car Geek is offering an optional set of wheels. You can get the chrome wheels that come with his two exclusive colors on the factory issue colors. So all the details are on his website. I'll give you the address for that. I love that we have these limited edition colors available. You know, that's one of my motivations for collecting. I love LEs. I love that Stampin' GLM works closely with dealers. We've seen this with a few other folks, limited edition colors, limited edition versions of a car. I really love what Toy Car Geek's doing. Things like, you know, the optional wheels, the special color combinations and everything. There's a lot of neat stuff going on in 143rd, and this is just another example of how excellent some of the reproductions are. Retail on these $129. Toy Car Geek has them for $119. Legacy Motors has them as well. But the colors are running out really quick. And if you want the Aqua or the Ming Jade, you're going to have to get a hold of Dave at Toy Car Geek. He's a great guy to deal with, okay? And remember those wheel options on the factory models. Now, the factory colors are selling out just about everywhere, and Dave only has so few models of the Aqua and the Jade. So if this is a car that you're interested in, you're going to have to move quickly on it. They're going to be almost impossible to find on the secondary market. So that's Stamp's 1970 Oldsmobile Toronado. Hope you like the model as much as I did. I had one of the green ones, just like this one. Mine had a white vinyl top, but this green one is just like one of mine had. And I'll tell you something, it was a fantastic car. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your time. If you liked the video, give me a like down there in the right-hand corner. Of course, I'd love to have you a subscriber. We're closing in on 900 subscribers. So I'll be back again real soon with some more news.